Hi everyone, this is Daniela from Talking Spanish, and today I'm going to teach you the difference between al and del. So what are al and del? Al and del are Spanish contractions. If you don't know what a contraction is simply two words that merge into each other. For example, in English you have many contractions. For example, it is become it's, and do not becomes don't. In Spanish, we don't have as many contractions as you guys do, but we do have these two. And these contractions are made by a preposition a, and the other one by the preposition de, and the word el, which is a singular definite article. So as you can see here, I'm showing you how these contractions are formed. A plus el becomes al. De plus el becomes del. So why do we do this? In Spanish, it's super difficult to pronounce two vowels in a row. So if you check here, we have a vowel here, and another set here. It is very difficult to say a él, or worse, de él. It's unclear, and you kind of have to make an effort to pronounce those words, and they don't come as clearly. So to help us with that, we have these contractions. Now, it's very important. These contractions, because they are working with a singular article, they only work with singular masculine nouns. So for example, I cannot say el aeropuerto. Can you hear how difficult that was? So I cannot say that, but I can say al aeropuerto. As I told you before, check, this is a singular masculine noun. This rule with the contractions does not apply if I'm talking about something plural. Can you see why? Because in this case, this definite article does not start with a vowel, which makes my pronunciation a little bit more easier. So now that you know how to form al and del, I'm going to teach you how are you going to use these words in real life conversations. If you remember, we built al with the preposition a and the definite article el. In Spanish, we use a to talk or to express direction or destination. In other words, we're explaining that something or someone is going from point A to point B. Let me give you an example. Roger here is leaving his house to go to the airport. Because airport is a masculine singular noun, I have to use a contraction. So when Roger does this action, he will say, yo voy al aeropuerto. I'm going to the airport. Sandra fue al doctor. Sandra went to the doctor. Tú vas al supermercado. You go to the supermarket. So when we talk about destination or direction, people think that a person is going from one place to another, and that place, it's always a building. It's not always like that. You can also use destination to talk that to express that an object is going from one person to another. For example, dale el lápiz al niño. Give the pencil to the kid. Okay? So keep this in mind. Destination, yes, means going from one place to another, but also moving one object to another person or to another place. Okay? So on the other side, we use del to talk about origin, to express where something is coming from, or something or someone is coming from. For example, soy del norte de México. I'm from the north of Mexico. Vengo del cine. I'm coming from the movies. So now check example 3. In this sentence, we actually use the two contractions, which is pretty common in Spanish. So check again. Ya salí del supermercado. Voy al dentista. I already left from the supermarket. I'm going to the dentist. So in here, I'm conveying two ideas. Number one, the point of origin, which is the supermarket, which I'm leaving from, and my next destination, the place that I'm going now. So as you can see, al can be translated as to the or at the, and then can be translated as from the when talking about direction and when talking about origin. Okay? Al and del have other uses too. For example, we can use al to describe how dishes are cooked. If you come to Mexico, you really have to try tacos al pastor. If you're on a healthy diet, you're probably eating verduras al vapor, which means steamed veggies. Del, on the other hand, is used to talk about possession. For example, ese perro es del niño. That dog belongs to the kid. Or another example, es mi comida del mes. Is my food of the month. So in this case, you can see that the translation of del is going to vary and is going to be belongs to or of if you're talking about possession. I'm going to give you a really quick tip to determine if you have to use al or del. When talking about direction or destination, al responses to the question ¿a dónde? And if you see, I'm using the same preposition. ¿A dónde vas? Where are you going to? On del, we will use this question, ¿de dónde? And check that I'm using the same preposition. ¿De dónde eres? O ¿de dónde vienes? Where are you from? Or where are you coming from? I'm from the north of Mexico, or I'm coming from the movies. So that's all for today, guys. I really hope that you understand the difference between al and del, and I really hope that I actually help you to understand how to use them in real conversations. If you like this video and you got something from it, it will really help me if you can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to leave you a link on my side where I explain a little bit more about this topic, and you can find other useful resources to improve your Spanish. I hope I see you soon. Bye!